Hello everyone, how you doing? It's me, Mr. 4K Upscaler. What you're looking at here, it's a TV test pattern called a chess TV test pattern used for Samsung QLEDs or any of the Samsung TVs, doesn't matter. What we see here, we see black squares, white squares representing the black digital levels, white digital levels, and then we see red, blue, pink, green, light blue, and then yellow. And then at the bottom, we see a gray pattern that also represents the brightness level. This is a great tool, and this is something that's free. You don't have to buy this. You can just go to the YouTube and you can search for a TV patterns. You just go type in TV patterns tests on YouTube and you will find these. You will find them for free. You just pause the video and you can go ahead and you can calibrate your TV this way. If you're not sure how to calibrate, I don't normally need this. I don't normally use this because I know how to calibrate by eye. All right, so currently I have my movie mode set. So let's see how well is my movie mode here. Let me go to my settings and let's see how well it is. I got backlit to 50, brightness to 0. That's good. Meaning if I was crushing my deep dark levels, I wouldn't be able to see nothing down here at the bottom. It would be crushed. And I'll prove that point to you right here. Here. This would be me crushing my deep dark levels right now. So you don't see nothing down here at the bottom. You see right now the brightness is coming. There you go. You see at the bottom right here? Look at the bottom right here. You see how it stays at a leveled, balanced level right here? You see how that brightness, it stays there in the middle? That shows you that you got a good, bright levels there. Another thing to look at is your contrast. Is the contrast too high? Well, if it's too high and the white bright levels are just killing your eyes, there's a way to adjust that as well. You can kind of look at it and you can adjust it and say, hey, is this too much? Should I maybe move this down a little bit? Again, depends on for what purposes are you calibrating. Okay, this is the important part that people need to remember. When somebody comes to your house to calibrate, they got to look at your environment. They're going to ask you, okay, what type of presets would you like? Would you like a daylight presets or would you like the night presets? If we're going to do a night presets, then the contrast got to go down a little bit. The backlight's got to go down a little bit. If we're going to be doing the nighttime calibrations. If we're going to be doing a daytime calibrations where there's a lot of light involved, then of course the backlit will have to go all the way high, and then the contrast will have to go all the way high for HDR during the day. So there's many different types of calibrations out there. So you got to keep that in mind, okay? You have to keep all that in mind as well, all right? Depending what type of, presets do you want to use? Do you want to use the daylight movie mode or do you want to use a nighttime movie mode calibrations? Now let's look at our sharpness. Sharpness, it's fine. It's at 0. Color, it's at 23. It's perfect. Nothing's being oversaturated with color. This would be me oversaturating the color. Me just cranking it up all the way up high. Moving it up here to 23, it is perfect. Leaving it at 23, it is perfect. And then, of course, this is what everybody wants to know, is the contrast enhancer. Now, the contrast enhancer will depend. The reason I recommend the contrast enhancer to high, it's because of the HDR. But if you don't want to use it and you want to calibrate the movie mode for the nighttime, then I suggest you can leave it at low. Again, color tone, warm 2. This is for the movies. And that's why I leave it at warm 2. And of course, the least, most speculated thing is the color space. Native or automatic. Now, this is the question. Everybody's going to say, well, should you keep it on automatic? Should you keep it at native? Me personally, I like to have my color more popping. You know, like you see right here, for example, when you look at the red color next to the blue, it looks more vibrant. Now, this is something I like. I like to take the advantage of more vibrant colors. That's my preference. But if you feel that you don't care about too much vibrant colors, then that's fine. You know, you can go ahead and you can move it down to automatic. This is a personal preference. Of course, now on automatic, the color's a bit bleak. They're not popping like eye candy, like we do with the native. As soon as I switch to native, the colors will be more presented. Remember, this is not oversaturation. This is not being oversaturated. People seem to make that mistake when it comes to oversaturation. Oversaturation is when you are bleeding the colors on top of the color. This is no color bleed. This is color space. Spectrum of colors. The more colors you have, the more detail on the colors you will see. The less color space you have, the less detail you will see on the color. And I'm going to show you that right now as soon as I switch to native color space. And voila, what do we see here? Now we see the color space. It's set to native, and we're taking a full advantage of DCI-P3. 98.7% color accuracy, which is almost 100%. All right, so this is a very important tool. And like I said, you don't have to spend thousands of dollars. You don't have to go out and spend the money. Guys, all of these tools are available. They're out there, and you can get them from many different ways. Like I just showed you here, you can get it through the YouTube, okay, or you can do it by the eye. You can calibrate by the eye, which I recommend. Calibrate by the eye if you know how to do it. If you know what to do, if you know what to avoid, if you know the rules of picture settings, then there's no reason why you shouldn't be able to calibrate by your eye. But if you need some help, if you need something to help you out, there's so many different TV test patterns out there that can help you adjust the deep dark levels, the white bright levels, the tone of color, the color accuracy, the brightness levels, all of that stuff. Like this one here, for example. This is the chess pattern for Samsung TV calibrations. There are many different other ones out there as well. Or you can use this one. You can use the test chart to see what your bright levels are, your deep dark levels are, your white bright levels are. This is a great chart right here to adjust your black digital levels and your white bright levels. This is the contrast. This is where you want to make sure you get a really good balance between your white bright levels and your black digital levels. All of these tools, they're available out there. They're on YouTube. You can use them. Maybe I can do some seminars. Maybe I can do a live stream where I can kind of help you guys out and show you like how to calibrate within the balance. Also, people have been asking me about a white balance levels. Listen, the best thing to do with the white balance levels, leave them at 0. Leave them at default. Leave them at default. Even professionals who have all the equipment, all the fancy equipment, even they spend hours and hours, and still they're always by few charts, by few numbers off. The offset, it's always never perfect. So the best thing to do is just leave it at default. The white balance levels, keep it at default, man. Okay? If you ask me, in my opinion. Well, there you have it, guys. Thank you for watching this video.